Alright, I want to show you the Cobra strategies 3, 4, and 5, the emerging market strategies that I've been talking about and the ones that have been doing well in this market. Very basic strategies, buying pullbacks and low volatility, and the trend is up. It seems to have been working for a while, and so this is the strategy that I recommend the most right now is Cobra 3, 4, and 5. Over here on the left you have Cobra 3. It is not trading today. It is a little bit more selective. 4 and 5 are more active, and iMini Russell has done the best. I want you to take a look. In the middle you have Cobra Forward. On the right you have Cobra 5. Across the top you have the iMini S&P, the iMini Russell, the iMini Midcap. Also working on this for the DAX. It's done very well in the DAX, and I'll show you some results on that later. I want to show you the iMini Russell here. Here's the performance graphs. Here's the periodical returns. This is a short window here. This is the monthly for Cobra 4 on the iMini Russell. As you can see, it's up $5,200, and that is inclusive of slippage and commission, $25 slippage and commission. If you want to look at the average profit per trade, $95. This is set up the last 2 months right here, so you can see the last 2 months. October it didn't do as well from October 11, but from November, December it's done very well. It's a strategy that does very well in this market environment. Let's look at Cobra 5. It is Cobra 5. E-mini Russell is flat today. Here it is the last 2 months as well. 14 trades, 12 are winners. Incredible performance. Look at the periodical returns, up $2,700 in the last couple of months. So I anticipate this anticipate this kind of market environment for a while. So if you're frustrated with trying to trade a trend strategy or frustrated with low volatility, I recommend Cobra 3, 4, and 5. I want to show you the DAX as well. I've been developing this for the DAX, and I will change windows to that right now. Alright, here is the strategy on the DAX. This is Cobra 4. When I pull this in here, this is since October 2008. These are part of the emerging market systems that have done well since the new administration. I've added some daily data, so I have a larger look back period. I'm looking back. I've added some selectivity to this strategy where it looks at the daily trend. Wants the daily trend to be up. It wants the VIX trend to be down because it's a low volatility strategy, so we want decreasing volatility. We've limited it to 1 trade per day, and we made sure that it would not trade on large gap ups. And so if it's got a gap of more than 10 points higher than the previous day's close, it will not trade. And this is on a custom session, so it trades during U.S. market hours. You do not have to be up in European hours at 2 a.m. to trade the DAX. You can trade it during U.S. stock session hours, so it's highly correlated to the others. But here's a performance graph. Here's a performance summary. $935 average profit per trade. You have two drawdown numbers here: the intraday peak to valley and the trade close to trade close. And this is the one you want to focus on the most as far as capitalization when you're looking at how much capital you need, because this is based on a closed trade. So the worst drawdown from a closed trade. While this one, you may have had the strategy run up $6,000 and then come back down $5,000 over time. So you had a huge equity peak one day, and then it went through a drawdown. And so you would not base your initial capitalization based on an intraday peak. And so this is the number that you want to focus on, $5,000. I would recommend more when dealing with the DAX. You want to, it definitely requires more capitalization when trading the DAX. But if you want to be aggressive about it and use the smallest amount possible, then that's the number that has worked for the since October of 2008. So that's on Cobra 4. Let's take a look at Cobra 5. Alright, here is a chart of Cobra 5 and what it's been doing on the DAX. It's a 3-minute chart. Here is the TradeStation performance summary. Once again, the drawdown number on the closed trade is about half of what the intraday peak to valley is. 629 average profit per trade, very high numbers, very nice equity curves, recent accelerations in these equity curves. This is the trend of the market, is up and low volatility. Buying pullbacks is what has been working, and it's been working in the DAX, it's been working in the iMini S&P, it's been working in the iMini Russell, iMini mid caps. All those have done well, and so Cobra 3, 4, and 5 is a strategy to trade. I'm going to let you lease these strategies, 3, 4, and 5, for $50 a month for the first month, and so you can get it used to how it looks on your computer, get a feel for it. After that, it's $50 per system. So when you lease $50 for Cobra 3, you get all all four markets if you want the DAX as well. Same with Cobra 4 and same with Cobra 5, and that is how these work. I also want to show you the options. Let me pull that up in here too. Hang on a second. Let's look at these options. Here are the options I've been looking at for a long time. You get the March 1400 calls. You still have a little more than 3 months until they expire. We've been watching this since it's been around $1. So around $1, this is point value is $50. So around $50 you could have gone long, and it's a little over 75 right now, $77.50 you could sell it at. But the real key is if this market goes up, if it really rallies, if we really get a huge percentage gain up to 1500 level, each of these options right now will turn into, say for example, if the market went to 1500, the value of the call at 1400 would be $5,000 for every 100 points it goes up. That would obviously take a very significant rally, about 20, a little more than 20% to get to that point. As you can see, that is possible in a short period of time. In the last 5 months, we've gone up a little over 20%. So if this trend accelerates, you could get another 20% move in the next 3 to 6 months. Obviously, if you got the March calls, they could expire before it went to 1500, but it may very well get to 1400 or 1425 or 1450. If you look at the June calls, are a little more expensive. You have to pay almost $500 per call, but the potential payoff would be $5,000 if it went to 1500. Once again, this is an option play. If you purchase that call, you could lose your entire investment if the market expires below those values. So those are just some potential strategies, very low risk strategies, depending on your capitalization. If you purchase the 1400 calls now at $1.80, you're talking $90 plus commission, so maybe 95 to 100 bucks per contract that you buy. If you bought 10 of them, that would be about $1,000 investment. And if the market did rally in the next 3.5 months up to 1500, you would make $50,000 on that trade. So it could be a huge payoff if there's a huge rally. But then again, once again, keep in mind the probability that it could happen mathematically is low. But the trend is up, so keep an eye on that. And those are the updates that I wanted to share with you going into the weekend. And if you want to get those Cobra strategies, there will be a link below this video. You can lease Cobra 3, 4, and 5 for the next month for just 50 bucks. After that, it's $50 per system. So let me know. There's also a way to purchase if you want the open code. I can show you how to purchase the open code as well. There's some information below this video.